All right, what is this? What we are doing right now is this is going to be a tier list. I know, I'm out of ideas. I'm out of content. We're doing tier lists now of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. All of the bosses. I'm not sure exactly because I could rate these in a couple different ways. I could rate these on how annoying they are to fight. And then I think afterwards I'll rate them on their overall balance. Like if I think they're a good design, their design, I guess. If I like their aesthetic, if I like the moves that they have, if I like the way that the fight flows, just a more general idea. So I'm going to do both of these because I can. First things first, if I'm going to do most annoying, I'll keep the structure here as like S, A, B, C, D. But once it comes to balance, I'll change them up a little bit. Endurance Richter should be added to the list. I mean, I guess we'll start with Richter. The Richter fight itself is very gimmicky. Is it annoying? If you're going for a speedrun where you have to beat the game with the bad ending, then you just like ignore like fighting him. You just loop him similar how you would loop Doppelganger. Spoiler alert, we'll get into Doppelganger as well and why he's a very not so great boss. I guess I don't have a separate Doppelganger for Doppelganger 40 and Doppelganger 10, but we'll get into that. Anyways, starting with Richter, how annoying is he to fight? If he gets into his second mode, he can be annoying. But overall, like once you hit him once, you can loop him infinitely. Just as soon as he wakes up from getting hit, you just hit him again. It's very similar to how you deal with like Doppelganger and stuff. So I give it like a C. He's like, he's not that annoying, honestly. The Hydro Storm, if you don't have Power of Mist, you will get hit a couple of times when he goes into his Rage mode. And then if you're dealing with like the Shaft Orb to get into the second castle, he's like not even an issue. In fact, I'm going to leave him at D because I feel like he's very much not very annoying to deal with at all. Next up, Ahmadon. Ahmadon is a weird boss fight because Ahmadon's a boss where he is weak to holy, and every single sub-weapon in the game is holy damage. He's also weak to fire, so he's like double weak to holy water, for example, because holy water is both holy and fire element. You were here live for the first tier list. I got you. But yeah, he's kind of awkward to deal with. If you don't have long range, he'll like kind of bully you because he has very long reaching limbs. Another thing that can be difficult to deal with for him is when you hit him with, I think it's stab type moves. It might be more than just stab type moves. I forget exactly what causes it, but he puts the fart clouds out around him, and like it poisons you if you touch it, so it's going to lower your damage output. If you're too close to him, he can grab you, and if you get grabbed while poisoned with low defense, he can like one-shot you. So overall, Aquadon is very scary if you don't have an answer for him, and can be very annoying to deal with. But if you do have the answer, which is just holy water or even Axe Lord armor, he can't grab the Axe Lord armor. So if you get close to him and then bait him into trying to command grab you, but if you put on the Axe Lord armor, he can't grab you. Like it's just coded for him not to be able to grab you. So he just sits there trying to grab you forever, just over and over and over again. But you can't grab him. Like you can't be grabbed. So overall, if he can go either way, because if you don't have the answer, he's literally an S tier, like super duper annoying. You have to deal with him with like spamming spells or like, you know, something like that, or wing smashing through him, God forbid. But if you have holy water, he's literally a pushover. So I'll put him somewhere in the middle. Most bosses, there are I'll say, let's assume that you don't have like the most OP gear in the game, right? If you have a Crystagram, every single one of these bosses is like super easy. If you have Alucard Shield, every single one of these bosses is just super easy. So it doesn't really matter. So if you have bad weapons, Ahmadon actually might be A tier. But he also has some like severe weaknesses that are pretty general, like sub-weapons. And if you have like a Holy Rod or Holy Sword, you'll kill him very quickly. You can even use Hellfire to do decent amounts of damage to him because he's weak to fire. Especially if you use the charged version of Hellfire. But yeah, he's pretty annoying. Darkwing Bat, probably below Ahmadon. He's pretty easy to deal with, to be honest. Is this list in randomizer context? Kind of, yeah. It's just, I'm assuming that you have, like, okay stats and equipment. Like, what would you deal with on average in, like, a randomizer, or if you were just playing through somewhat fast but not using overpowered speedrun strats, you know? Because even, like, using glitchless strats, you just have Iron Shield and Shield Rod and kill everything instantly. So this is assuming you have to do some legitimate form of fight with these bosses. But I'm telling you, none of the bosses are really, well, I don't think any of them are going to end up in S tier as far as annoying goes. These tiers might actually mean nothing, because most of these bosses are complete pushovers. In fact, I think I might need to shift everybody up one to have more diversity, because I'm thinking Ahmadon has like really low lows, and he's someone that can actually kill me, right? I have died to Ahmadon many a times. Whereas Darkwing Bat, I've literally only died to Darkwing Bat once, and that was before I knew he had a command grab, so... And it was like one of those seeds where I had to go to the second castle at like level 9 or something. But yeah, Darkwing Bat, he has like one move where he just flies, and then he'll like throw you against the wall using his like wind attack, or he can try and grab you while he's flying. The most annoying thing about him is that he will fly off screen, so that makes him more annoying. But yeah, overall, Darkwing Bat, not really an issue. Beezlebub. He's a very easy to defeat boss if you know what you're doing, but holy crap is he annoying. In fact, I'll put him above Ahmadon. Dude, something about like the way you have to deal with him is like so incredibly annoying. Because like the hitboxes of the flies are pretty big. They die instantly to one hit of anything, so the flies are easy enough to deal with. It's just that they're constantly going to keep spawning. There are those tiny little worms that like crawl on his body and then fall off of him that poison you. If you get poisoned during this fight, it's like, it's so annoying. It takes so long to kill him because your damage output is like completely nerfed when you're poisoned. If you do damage to his limbs, all it does is spawn more flies to come after you. It does hurt his health pool overall, but damaging the limbs, like breaking every limb individually, usually isn't that good of an idea. You usually want to attack the core as much as possible. But he's like high up off the ground too, so you have to do like gravity jumps. Like, he's just so annoying. Heart of Vlad doesn't give you poison immunity at all. One of the reasons why, we'll get into the equipment tier list at some point, and we'll talk about Dark Armor. Dark Armor is great because it hard counters Beezlebub, and we'll get into that at some other time. Cerberus... I have died to Cerberus, but it's only when I'm being ultra stupid. You can't infinite AI loop him, but you can usually kill him before he jumps, because he only has 2 moves, really. He can jump, and he can shoot fireballs, and you can crouch under the fireballs. So... I mean, he's like more annoying than... if you actually have to fight Richter, but again, you don't like to beat the game. You don't actually kill Richter. You just kill the Shaft Orb, and the Shaft Orb dies in 10 hits. If we're assuming, actually, I'm going to move Richter down, because if we're assuming the Shaft Orb is involved, you literally just kill it with spells before it has a chance, like before Richter even has a chance to do anything. Dracula. Where do I put Dracula? Final Form Dracula is annoying, but not that bad. All of his attacks are telegraphed and dodgeable if you have the right options. He has a lot of HP, so I don't know. I feel like Dracula's like probably top of B tier, to be honest. Like, he just takes a long time to kill, but the execution for dealing with him is not that bad. Also, this is not... There we go. Not the vibe. This is the vibe, however. Death. I guess I'm going to count both forms of death. Death might actually be above Ahmadon, yeah. Not as bad as Beezlebub, but Death is really annoying once you get to the... If you let him live long enough. Death doesn't have like a lot of HP, but if you let him live long enough, the scythes that fill the room can do a decent amount of damage. First phase Death in general... I think is pretty unique in the way that he fights, the way that he floats around. But the fact that you knock him back and he just like flies away makes him less annoying overall, because you can kind of deal with him by just knocking him away a bunch. Second form is usually a pushover, to be honest. You might get hit once or twice if you're not careful of your spacing. He does automatically turn around after certain points, so like he'll have his scythes in front of him like this, and then he'll turn around instantly. So if you're on his back, you'll just get like smacked with a scythe. That's usually the most annoying part about dealing with him. But yeah, I find Death more annoying than Darkwing Bat. Probably more annoying than Dracula. Actually, I probably should put Dracula at the bottom of A. Because I'm starting to think like this guy I've died to, but is not that difficult to deal with. This guy I've died to, super not difficult to deal with. Dracula has killed many, 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 many players of this game. So I'm starting to think that they belong up there. Moving on. Grant, Trevor, and Scifi. If I had to rate them individually, Grant is like a B tier. He's like not that annoying. Yeah, Death Phase 1 is a pretty good boss fight. I think pretty fair. Death Phase 2 is pretty just like boring overall. Scifi, oh my god, she might go in... She's not S tier. She's more annoying than freaking... I think both her and Grant are both more annoying than Ahmadon. I think Scifi's more annoying than Grant. And actually, they're more annoying than Death. Actually, Ahmadon might be more annoying than Death. Actually, Dracula might be more annoying than Death. Death is annoying, don't get me wrong, but actually Death might just belong in B tier. I think I overrated Death at first. He's not that bad. I don't think I've really died to Death in a very, 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 very long time. What's up, Varric? So yeah, as far as like difficulty and annoyingness to fight, both Scifi and Trevor are insanely annoying. Trevor has like so much HP, and he's constant. His whip is like really long ranged, and he's throwing the crosses across the screen. And like you have to duck to avoid the crosses or jump over them, but he's usually throwing multiple, so it's really annoying. And then meanwhile, Scifi is flying above you and like showering you down with ice. If you don't have an ice resist or an ice immunity, she's just gonna freaking destroy you. Her fire attack does a lot of damage, but it's pretty easy to avoid. It's the ice attack that's difficult to avoid. So Richter is D tier. Dude, Richter isn't even a real boss fight. He's not a boss fight at all. He's not... Like, all he does is Hydro Storm once you get him to second phase. And if you're beating the game with the best ending, you literally don't fight him, you just kill the Shaft Orb. And you can kill the Shaft Orb in like 2 seconds. So he's not a real boss fight. Ooh, banger. Alright. Galamoth is weird. Because with Galamoth, it's like he exists in this weird realm of like, he takes fucking... if we're talking about most annoying, Galamoth might be an S tier. Because holy fuck, it just takes so long. He's not even that hard to fight. And there's just a... Okay. I think Galamoth has to be S tier because he takes too long. You can set up the infinite loop on him, but there's a random chance that he breaks out depending on the way that you enter the fight. It's like pseudo-random. We don't know exactly why it happens, but every once in a while he just won't respond to the setup that you're supposed to do. So, but if you do the correct strat and you get the infinite, he's not hard. But if you ever fuck up the infinite, holy shit, you literally can't win. This boss fight is not fair. There's no way. And even if you have Barrel Circlet to avoid the lightning attack, he takes... like his damage resist on his feet and chest and like everything that isn't his head is so high that most things only do like single to double digit damage. Even like super OP stuff is probably doing double digit damage. Like Chrysogram is probably only doing double digit damage per hit, where if you hit him in the head, you're doing like hundreds of damage. So he's just very random, very annoying. Not difficult to deal with, but very annoying if you don't get the perfect fight off. Speaking of annoying, holy shit, I think I might put Granfloon in S as well, too. Like, dude, he has, like, obnoxiously a high amount of HP, and, like, if you don't kill him quickly, the floor becomes lava, and it's so fucking annoying. You have to spam spells at that point, and if you don't have enough MP, you're in for a bad time, dude. You're going to be hearing this sound right here, this song. The fucking announcer's gonna be going, game over. And you're just gonna be like, what the... God, I hate Granfloon. He sucks. Not as bad as Galamoth, but... And then the lasers do a lot of damage, but the lasers aren't really that much of an issue. Speaking of annoying, Hippogriff, I think, sleeper pick for one of the most annoying bosses in this game. Is Hippogriff more annoying than Beezlebub? Not. Hippogriff isn't like a fight that I'm like scared I'm gonna die. It's just that like he has way too much HP for where he is in the game. Like he's a very early fight in the first castle, but he has like quadruple the amount of HP that he should for how early on he is in the game. He has like the same amount of HP as fucking Death, I swear. Like it's so annoying to fight him. His AI is pretty much like he has 3 moves. He does the flame attack, which if you crouch you'll never get hit by. He like runs across the ground, which can be annoying, but he doesn't do a lot of damage. When he lays his eggs, the birds can come and hit you, but that's not that bad. Like overall, he doesn't have like super damaging attacks, but holy crap is he annoying to deal with. Will I rate the skeleton boss from the Saturn version? We'll get there. We'll get there. Lesser Demon, he has his one gimmick, which is Hadouken, but other than that, he's whatever. Malphus goes in D tier, bottom of D tier. Malphus is not a real boss in this game. Holy crap, dude. You literally just, you can punch Malphus to death. He has like, if he gets hit during the startup of one of his attacks, he just is an infinite hit stun, so long as you can keep the combo up, and it's very easy to do. Like, you just have to make sure he doesn't hit the ground. You just juggle him to death every single time. It doesn't matter what equipment I have, what level I am. I'm never scared of fighting Malphus. Maria, let me make a new tier, actually. Hold on. No, that's not what I wanted. This is still D tier. What? I wanted to add a tier. I messed up. Help! How do I use this website? Help! Help! What color was this supposed to be? Green? Sure. So I want to add a tier. Is that how you do it? How do you add? What? Help. Oh, add below. There it is. Oh my god, this website is trash. Why do people... Help! Literally, who are these people? Who? Who fights Maria? You think I'm playing the PSP version of this game? You think I'm playing the Saturn version of this game? No! Those versions suck! Boo! Boo! I only play the PlayStation and Xbox versions. Those are the only versions that actually matter. Tier, yeah, like literally, who are you people? I don't even know what these boss fights are like, because even if I had to fight them, I would just cheese them, because I'm not gonna sit there and actually fight these bosses. Speaking of bad bosses, Medusa goes in D tier. More annoying than Richter, but like, dude, Medusa doesn't, like, if you're crouching in front of her, she can't do anything. Medusa literally can't hit you if you're crouched in front of her. She has no moves. She's so bad. Just so bad. Aurochs? Aurochs. You know what? Aurochs might win top of A tier. Because his first form is, like, he's constantly teleporting around and you have to chase him down. Or he's summoning skulls and you have to deal with the skulls, or he's doing flame pillars that you have to dodge, or he's hitting you with a fucking fireball from half screen. His first form, super annoying. Second form, he's constantly moving around in these unpredictable patterns, so you're trying to space yourself outside of his arms, but then he's attacking you with his arms, and if you get too far away, he just shoots fireballs at you, and it just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. So like this, they're very, very annoying. In fact, I'm trying to think, is he more annoying than Granfaloon? I think so, yeah, by a decent amount. Yeah, I think Aurochs is more annoying than Granfaloon now that I think about it. Dude, yeah, if you have to fight Aurochs early on, it's just so miserable. So miserable. Alright, Minotaur and Werewolf. I'm going to put them together since they are part of the same fight. Now here's the thing. If you skip the cutscene, which you should do if you're playing New Game Plus, these guys are like Where do I put them? Probably somewhere in C tier. I think maybe above Lesser Demon. If you don't skip the cutscene, they actually move up to B tier. Because having to fight them without getting like extra hits in at the start makes it really annoying. I think Werewolf is actually more annoying than Minotaur, because Minotaur you can AI loop pretty easily, where the Werewolf has some like difficult to dodge attacks, and if you're fighting them when you're intended to fight them, which is pretty early on, they do a lot of damage. In fact, I think they're more annoying than Grant. Grant, he's annoying because he crawls on the ceiling and shit, but like, yeah, I think this is probably a fair place to put him. Yeah, I'm going to assume you don't skip the cutscene. You have to fight them kind of fairly. But if you skip the cutscene, then you just kill them before they get a chance to fight. So this is assuming that you can actually like fight them for real. Doppelganger. Now, I'm going to rate this as Doppelganger 40 because Doppelganger 10 is going like maybe top of D tier. Actually, no, Medusa's a little bit scarier and more annoying. No, actually, Doppelganger, I would say, is more annoying because he can mash out of your infinite combo. Now, if we're dealing with Doppelganger 40, I might put Doppelganger 40 top of C tier. Because you can still infinite loop him to death without him ever really getting a chance to fight you. But if he does have a chance to fight you, he kills you. You don't want to give Doppelganger 40 a chance to play at all. Don't give him the controller. Never let him pick up the controller. You can make fun of Digon for dying to this idiot, but everybody's died to Doppelganger 40 at least once. In fact, you know what? He might even belong in B tier. I'm scared. I'm more scared of Doppelganger than I am of Grant. In fact, I'm more scared of Doppelganger than I am of fucking Death. I think Doppelganger might actually just be top of B tier. Because in theory, you should just kill him before he has a chance. But man, oh man, is it scary. Man, oh man, is it scary to deal with him. I just needed a moment to think about it more, but yeah. We'll go over everything at the end, too. Now we're down to, like... Sagar and Gaibon, you just Tetra Spirit and kill them. I don't know, they're probably D tier, right? Honestly, there's some more nuance to this fight than Medusa. But yeah, they're not... I wouldn't put them in Who tier, because I do see them. Yeah, overall, this fight is like... It can be annoying, but really, you just do one Tetra Spirit, and that's enough to kill them for the most part. So they're not really an issue. Cilla. Cilla fight. Cilla has no HP, and there's so many ways to just like instantly kill her. If you use like Soul Steal, you'll like basically one-shot her. But if you let her play, she's pretty annoying to deal with. I'll put her bottom of C, because she can kill you if you're not prepared to kill her quickly. Because the worms are very like sporadic and stuff like that. If you let her fight at all, she's like a C tier, like annoying, like, ugh, this is annoying. But I'd say she's more dangerous than these two. Definitely more dangerous than Medusa. Medusa is such a pushover. Like, holy crap. This is probably gonna be the last boss that I don't know. Let's do Creature. Creature is maybe top of C tier. Because once he goes rolling, holy crap, is he annoying. But, like, legitimately, he's not that scary. He has one move. Well, two moves. He has the wind-up. And then the swing. And if you just space outside of it, you're fine. Absolutely fine. But if you let him roll around the screen, it's like, that's just annoying to deal with. You have to like jump over him, he rolls to the other side, jump over him, rolls to the other side, jump over him, rolls to the other side. He does it like 4 times, and then he like goes back to normal, and then you have to just loop him again. He's like such a poorly designed boss, but yeah, he just wastes a lot of time. He can kill you. I think he's like more dangerous than like maybe Lesser Demon. Lesser Demon has like a 1 out of a million chance to kill you, where well, maybe not 1 out of a million, but he has like 1 attack that can kill you, whereas both of Creature's attacks are dangerous. They do a lot of damage, but they're very easy to avoid. So, another boss that is very annoying. Probably A tier, right? Actually, maybe top of B tier. Or is she more she's not as annoying as Dracula, but I think she's more annoying than Doppelganger. Succubus is just so annoying because if you don't just kill her instantly, she makes a bunch of clones. And if you don't have a leapstone in particular, holy crap, is she annoying. Because you can't like reach the top of the screen effectively, and then she just fills the screen with garbage, like just a bunch of like projectiles and stuff. Not a very like fun boss to have to deal with. You basically have to kill her like before she has a chance to do anything, or else she's super annoying to deal with. Very similar to a lot of the bosses in this tier, is that you just kind of kill them before they get started, except for actually Darkwing Bat. Darkwing Bat is just so bad. B tier, honestly, I might split this tier. I might split this tier into like a B minus, because I don't feel that like these guys, these three up here are much more annoying than the rest of these guys by significant, but these guys are not, these guys are significantly more annoying than I think these. No, actually, I'll readjust at the end, actually. I'll think about it. Final Drak is annoying, but he's also like, you have to play him as Richter, but you just Hydrostorm him. I would put him in Who tier because you don't really fight him as Alucard. Who? He's top of Who because, and here it is. The final pick. Why was I saving Shaft for last? Because you guys don't even understand. He is the most annoying fight in the entire game. Dude, he's just flying around as a constant hitbox. There's like 10 orbs constantly flying around. The fucking bouncing attack where they bounce off the walls is like near impossible to dodge. If you have to spend any amount of time fighting this guy, it is so annoying. If you had to play the April Fool's tier list, or not tier list, April Fool's randomizer, where you didn't have any weapons, there was no weapons in the entire game, and you had to fight him with only fists, holy crap, dude, he is so annoying. Fighting him fist only is probably easily the most annoying boss in the game. Even with like decent gear, you can kill him kind of quickly, but he resists magic like a lot. So if you try and do like Soul Steal or Tetra Spirit or any like spells, which are usually one of your best ways to deal with bosses, he doesn't care. He takes like no damage. You have to actually fight him with your weapons. So yeah, he is easily the most annoying boss in the game to deal with. Any last minute adjustments? Yeah, these guys who complete pushovers. These guys have a chance to be kind of scary. Honestly, I think I'm underrating Creature a little bit. Creature might, you know what it is? I think I just need to add a tier. I just need to add a tier underneath. We're adding a tier below. Can be scary, but mostly push overs. And then I'll make this pink. No. I'll recolor them at the end. It's fine. And then this guy might belong at the top of this tier. This one is going to be... Alright, I'm going to have to start memeing up these tiers, guys. These guys never get to play, but if they do, watch out. Lol. They really never get to play. B tier. will kill you / waste a lot of time if you let them play. I hate fighting them always. Remove them from the game, please. There we go. You best have a hard counter tier. Yeah. Then in that case, Hippogriff wouldn't fit though. But I think every other no, because it. You need a hard counter. With that in mind, there we go. You need a hard counter. That would move them down. Actually, this makes sense because Hippogriff will kill you / waste a lot of time if you let them play. You need a hard counter. I think you need a hard counter for Grant and Scifi and the trio for the most part. You want a counter for Ahmadon. And then Drak doesn't really fit in. You don't need a counter. So in that case, he'll just waste a lot of time if you let him play. But he's always going to get to play. So I think he actually belongs to the top of this tier for naming it like that. So I think with these, I'll change this to I always hate fighting these idiots. You need a hard counter. Yep. Will kill you, waste a lot of time if you let them play. Yep. Can be scary, but mostly pushovers. Yep. They never get to play, but if they do, watch out. Yep. Lol, they really never get to play. And then who? I think this is pretty good. You think Dop 40 need a hard counter tier? Honestly, with that designation, I think you're right, Kevin. I think you are right. In fact, he's probably scarier than Ahmadon in a lot of... They're honestly... Now that we've gotten down to it and we've kind of made these tiers more honest, I think Doppelganger might be... It's just that his counter makes him literally... He has many counters, right? You can beat Dop 40 with anything. I don't know. No, because you don't need a hard counter. You can literally... No. Now that I'm thinking about it, he belongs at the top of will kill you, waste a lot of time if you let them play. Because you can just make sure he doesn't get a chance to play. No, it doesn't matter what your equipment is or what your gear is. You can infinitely loop Doppelganger 40. It doesn't matter. You almost convinced me there for a second, because he is like on the border of like you need a hard counter. Because if you have a hard counter, it makes this fight so much better. But in reality, you can kill him with anything. It's the same with Dracula. You can kill Dracula with any equipment. You can go fist only and beat Dracula. It just takes a lot of time. It wastes a lot of time. I think Succubus might be more annoying than Hippogriff overall. I think Hippogriff is more annoying than both of these guys, to be honest. Hippogriff is like low-key one of the most annoying bosses. Death and Darkwing Bat, honestly, kind of... They're both bosses that are kind of lost. You know what? I hate to do it. But we're making another tier. Oops. Messed up. That's not how you spell function. Functioning. There we go. All right. Now let's color code these. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I'll add more tiers if I need to get across the point that I'm trying to make. Which is... Yeah, they don't have functioning tools, but can still somehow kill you. I think that's a fair... Most annoying is unworkable. I don't know. This is my tier list. I'm objectively correct because I have all the world records, and that's exactly how this works. But if somehow you have an issue with this tier list, which you literally can't, it's impossible. This is objectively correct. Feel free to leave a comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, also subscribe because I'm going to be putting out more tier lists for you to get mad at in the future, possibly. I think this is pretty fair, especially for my personal opinion. As far as like what's the most annoying boss, these guys I've never once had fun fighting these guys. You probably want a hard counter for these guys. Beezlebub you can deal with without a hard counter. You can beat him with almost anything, but you really just don't want to. I mean, the same is to be said with the rest of these guys. Will kill you / waste a lot of your time if you don't let them play. They don't have functioning tools, but can still somehow kill you. Yeah. Can be scary, but mostly pushovers. Yeah. Honestly, this tier and this tier are kind of the same thing. It's just that these guys are slightly scarier. That's about it. There are no consequences. You will be banned, though. Yep. All right. That's my list, and I'm sticking to it. And you know what? The final... Hold on. The final... recognition of tier list being finished so we take the tier list, we copy, we go to twitter.com, we paste, boss tier list, it's 2 separate words, based on how annoying they are to fight. Boom. And send. And yeah, that's fine. We did it. Our opinion is out there in the world, in the universe, and we don't have to deal with it.